Hello, I'm Ian Charles and I'm here to talk to you about how you can make phone calls using a system designed for the new normal. The pandemic has changed the way that we do business, and working from home and or remotely has become a fact of life which many people are actually enjoying it. We've been busy helping people adapt their businesses to these new requirements, and the most important thing to stress here is we can do all this remotely. There's no requirement to come to your office or home. First point, we can port all of your numbers across to the new platform, so you're making and receiving calls to and from your current numbers, including all DDIs. Second, a note about the hardware. I'm using a very basic 3-year-old Windows PC, 12-month-old laptop, and a smartphone. Operating system is irrelevant. Macs will run all this as well as iOS, so if you use Mac and iPhone, that's okay too. I also have a desk phone. Not the most recent model, I hasten to add, and you'll also note that I also have a USB connected, cheap, low cost mono headset, and I'm going to show you how I can use that to make and receive calls without the need for a phone on my desk at all. Bandwidth should not be a limiting factor either. Calls run at about 150 kilobits a second each way. So even if you're in a rural location and broadband is wet string, you can still make and receive calls. Final introductory point is all this transports into and out of the office transparently. The system is built around this agility between locations and devices. Let's now look at the setup. Now we're going to talk through our setup. Everything I'm about to show you here is free of charge. Extensions are allocated by the admin against an email address and mobile numbers. So you get a mail from the admin. I'm going to click on this link here, click on Out of Office Web Client. It creates the web client, and away we go. Now, lots of options here. I'm using Chrome, which along with Firefox we found to be completely reliable. As you can see, I can manage contacts between colleagues. I can see call history. Manage voicemail, run web meetings, conference, and chat. A lot of people have the wrong idea about chat. It's invaluable when you work remotely. As you can see, I can chat with everyone on the that's available on the PBX. I've got to go back here. I've got a pull down menu here, which gives me the option of using the desk phone, which is the Yealink one, or I can use this browser itself, this browser system as a phone in itself. Again, using that USB headset that we saw earlier on. I can make calls by typing the number in this box here. So let's type a number in here. It starts typing a number in here. It's picking me up straight away. I hit return and away we go. So very, very straightforward to make calls from there. I can also make and receive calls from another web application. It happens to be my CRM. Again, it's detected the number there. I click on the link, hit return, and away I go. I'm not going to complete that call. So very, very straightforward. Very, very straightforward to use there. Now, web meeting and conferencing. I can join an existing web meeting here, and this is where it just joins a web meeting now. As you can see, that's my happy smiling face, or rather the back of it. Or I can, again, this is free of charge. This is all completely embedded in the solution. Or I can schedule a conference. Again, I've got audio and video and audio. I can schedule it for now. I can schedule it for later. I simply send out email invitations, and away they go. Again, iPhone and Android, you can run conferences and web meetings using smartphones. Using these tabs, you can either invite people to join a conference you're on now, or schedule a conference using email. A quick look now at the smartphone app. We begin again. This is free of charge, and like everything else, simplicity is the key. To get started, find, download, and install the 3CX app in the Play or App Store. Installation takes you to a screen marked Scan QR Code. I find my way to, again, through the web client, through settings. There's a tab marked scan QR code. I then hold the phone up to the screen like that and literally scan in the scan the QR code in, as you can see. This installs your extension on the smartphone. So this means that you make and receive calls using your smartphone over either a Wi-Fi or your data connection. It is your extension. It's as if you're sat at your desk, and again you're making and receiving calls. Lots of functionality in there. You can see who's online, see who isn't in there. You can see who's called. You can also use the chat function as well, which again is useful while you're on the go. It sits on the home page. I've got mine on the home page at the bottom of the screen, as you can see here, and very simple and straightforward to use.